Good morning students. Welcome back to today's online class. So students, last class we have learned about the plant physiology. So in that portion we have learned about the different physiological processes such as movements in plants and photosynthesis. So I hope you all learned all the question what you have marked last classes. Okay, today you can learn about the new next physiological process that is transpiration. Transpiration. So first, what is transpiration? What is transpiration? Transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plants. So loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plants. So we all know the root absorb in plants the root absorb water and it can be transferred to the aerial parts of the plant body. Last classes we had the last chapter you have learned the tissues, the xylem tissues that can conduct water from the root to aerial parts of the plant body. So the root absorb the water from the soil and it can reach to the aerial parts through the xylem vessel. So from the aerial parts, so the root absorb the water and it can reach the aerial parts of the plant body. So some amount of water the plants can use for their activities, and the remaining water, the excess water, it can be evaporates through the leaves and it can be released to the atmosphere. So in plants, so the excess water can be released from the leaves in the form of water vapor. In the form of water vapor. That process we can call it as transpiration. So how this water vapor released to the atmosphere. So in the leaves you can see the leaves consist of tiny pores. That pores called as stomata. Stomata. Singular we can call it as stoma, plural stomata. So the leaves consist of small tiny pores called stomata. Through these stomata only the excess water, the water can be released outside or evaporates to the atmosphere in the form of water vapor. So stomata are the tiny pores present in the leaves. See, first we can learn about the structure of the stomata. What is the structure of the stomata? Means the stomata consists of two guard cells. So the shape of the guard cell is kidney shaped. It consists of two guard cells. These cells are called guard cells. So these two are guard cell. Two guard cells are there. So in the guard cells, chloroplast, vacuole, nucleus, everything it is present. During daytime, the stomata are open. During daytime, the stomata are open. How means the stomata consists of two guard cells. This open, it is called the small pore. It is present. That is called stomatal pore. So when the water enter into the guard cell, see this is the outer wall of the guard cell. This is the inner wall. Here this in this guard cell, this is the inner wall of the guard cell, this is the outer wall of the guard cell. When the water enter inside the guard cell become turgid and the walls may stretch outside. So the pore it will open. So during daytime the stomata pore is open and during night time the stomatal pore is closed. So how it is closed means, say when the water from the guard cell it can be released outside. they can come outside of the cell. The guard cell become string and the stomatal pore it will close. So during night time the stomatal pore it is closed and during daytime the stomatal pore is open. So during daytime the transpiration is more than during night time. Why means during night time the stomatal pore is closed, so the transpiration is not taken place. See, during daytime the stomatal pore is open, that time the evaporation of water is taking more. So this is the structure of the guard cell. So the guards, this is the structure of the stomata. The stomata consists of two guard cells and it consists of small pore called stomatal pore. The guard cell consists of outer cell wall and inner cell wall. So when the water enter inside the guard cell, it will open. The stomatal pore it will open, and when the water releases outside from the guard cell, the stomatal pore close. So during daytime the stomatal pore is open, that time the transpiration rate is more. During night time the stomatal pore is closed, that time the transpiration rate is very less. This is the structure of the guard cell. So now we can see about the types of transpiration. Types of transpiration. There are three types of transpiration. The first one is stomatal transpiration. Second one is cuticular transpiration. Third one is lenticular transpiration. So three types of transpiration are taken place in the plant body. The first one is stomatal transpiration. Second one is cuticular transpiration. Third one is lenticular transpiration. First one is stomatal transpiration. What is stomatal transpiration means? Here the water may evaporate through the stomata. So the water may get evaporates through the stomata. That type of transpiration is called stomatal transpiration. Already we have learned a tiny pores present in the leaves are called stomata. Through these pores the water may get evaporates. That type of transpiration it is called as stomatal transpiration. So in this stomatal transpiration large amount of water can evaporate. So here mostly 90 to 95% of water can transfer through the stomatal transpiration. Next one is cuticular transpiration. First you can know about what is cuticle. Cuticle is a waxy coat present on the leaf surface. Cuticle is the waxy coat present on the surface of the leaf. So through this cuticle also the water may get evaporates, but it is very less than that of stomatal transpiration. So what is cuticle? Cuticle is the waxy coat present on this leaf. So the cuticle, through this cuticle also the water may get evaporate. So that type of transpiration is called cuticular transpiration. So but it is less than that of stomatal transpiration. Third type is lenticular transpiration. First we can know about what is lenticels. The lenticels are small minute opening that can be present at the bark of the stem or twigs. See, we all know the outermost covering of the stem, it is called bark. See, it consists of small minute opening that can be protrude outside. That type of cell it is called as lenticels. Lenticels. So the water may get evaporates through the lenticels are called lenticular transpiration. So lenticels are present at the bark of the plants plant or twig of the plant. So through these lenticels also the water may get evaporates, but the evaporation, the rate of evaporation is very less. Very less. So through stomata 90 to 95% of water may get evaporated. Then cuticular, say very less amount of water may get evaporated. But lenticular transpiration, through lenticels, very less amount of water may get evaporated. So these are the three types of transpiration present in the plant body. Next one, we can see about the importance of transpiration. So transpiration is taken place. This is the physiological activities that is taken place in the plant body. What are the importance? So 4 important points are there. The first one is it creates the pull in the stem and the roots. So the water may get in the plant body. So the aerial parts, the water may get evaporated outside. So it creates the pulling force in the stem as well as the root of the plant body. That is the first important point. It creates the pull in the stem and the root of the plant body. Second one is it creates the absorption force in the root. Absorption force in the root. We all know, say, the root absorbs the water from the soil. So that force, that absorption force is created by this transpiration. Okay. So second point is it creates the absorption force in the root. Third one is, so it can the minerals, see, along with the water, the dissolved minerals also taken place through the xylem vessel. So there is continuous, due to transpiration, there is continuous flow of minerals to the plant body. Fourth one is it can regulate the temperature of the plant body. It regulates the temperature of the plant body. These are the 4 important points of transpiration. See, what are the importance of transpiration? First one is it creates the pulling force in the stem as well as the root. Second one, it creates the absorption force in the root. Third one is it regulates the temperature in the plant body, and due to transpiration there is continuous flow of minerals to the plant body. These are the importance of transpiration. So this is about transpiration. Now we can prove by an experiment that transpiration is taken place through the leaves. So first, in this experiment, what are the materials necessary means a potted plants and a plastic bag. So we have take one potted plant, then tie the plastic bag over the leaves of the potted plant, and the soil in the pot should not be exposed to sunlight. See, like that we have to tie it with a plastic bag, and we can keep this setup for a few hours. So after few hours, when we observe, see, there are water droplets are seen in the inner surface of the plastic bag. How it is happened? See, through this leaf, see, the root absorb the water from the soil and it can reach to the aerial parts. See, through this stomata, the water may get evaporates in the form of water vapor and released here, and the water vapor condense and form a water droplet. So from this experiment, it proved that the water may get evaporates through the stomata in the leaves. That is the experiment for transpiration. So this is about transpiration. So first, once we can recall, so what is transpiration? The loss of water in the form of water vapor through the from the aerial parts of the plant body. It is called transpiration. So transpiration mainly taken place in the through the stomata. What are stomata? Stomata are the tiny pores present in the leaves are called stomata. So the stomata consist of 2 guard cells, and it is the shape of the guard cells are kidney shape or bean shape. So it consists of outer wall and inner wall. nucleus, chloroplast, vacuole, everything it is present. So between the two guard cell, it consists of small opening. That opening it is called as stomatal pore. So during daytime, the stomatal pore is open. Why means when the water gets inside the guard cell become turgid and the walls may get stretched outside. That time the stomatal pores are open. During night time it is closed. So that time the water may get released outside to the released outside. At once the guard cell becomes shrink and the pore will get closed. So during night time the pore will get closed. So the transpiration rate is very less, and during daytime, during night time the transpiration rate is very less. During daytime the transpiration rate is more. So there are three types of transpiration, that is stomatal transpiration, cuticular transpiration, lenticular transpiration. Stomatal transpiration is taken place through the stomata present in the leaves. See, through the stomata there are large amount of water get evaporates. That is about 90 to 95% of water get evaporates through the stomata. So this type of transpiration is called stomatal transpiration. Next one is cuticular transpiration. So the transpiration is taken place through the cuticle. It is called cuticular transpiration. What is cuticle? The waxy coat present on the leaf surface, that is called cuticle. So through this cuticle the water may get transferred. So when comparing stomatal transpiration, it is the water may get transferred less amount. So through cuticle, comparing stomata, it is very less amount. Then lenticular transpiration. What this type of transpiration taken place through the lenticels present in the plant body. What are lenticels? A minute pores present in the bark of the trees or twig of the trees. Say the lenticels are small minute pores that is protrude outside through the bark. They are called lenticels. Through the lenticels also the water may get evaporated, but it is very less amount when comparing these two types, first two types. So these are the types of transpiration. So we have learned about the transpiration. Next one is exchange of gases. So the plants also, in India, there is a exchange of gases is taken place. The plants absorb carbon dioxide and release out oxygen during photosynthesis. But during respiration, the plants are taking in oxygen and releasing out carbon dioxide. So this exchange of gases, it also taken place through the stomata present in the leaves. So the exchange of gases also taken place through the stomata present in the leaves. So that is exchange. So during photosynthesis, the plant absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and release out oxygen, and during respiration the plants are taking in oxygen and releasing out carbon dioxide. These gases are exchanged from the air to the plant body and plant body to the air. This exchange of gases also takes place through these stomata present in the leaves. So we have completed this chapter. So now we can mark the question. Students, you can take your textbook. You can mark the questions. First we can mark choose the correct answer. Take page number 230. 230. Ninth question. Remaining all the question you have marked. Say ninth question. Transpiration takes place through stomata. And the answer is stomata. Transpiration takes place through stomata. Then true or false. Roman letter 4. State whether true or false. If false, correct the statement. In that, third question. When the weather is hot, water evaporates lesser, which is due to opening of stomata. When the weather is hot, water vapor water evaporates lesser, which is due to opening of stomata. That is the false statement. So you can write false, and next you can correct the statement. When the weather is hot, water evaporates more, which is due to opening of stomata. In the place of lesser, you can write more. Then sixth one. Plants lose water when the stomata on leaves are closed. That also the false statement. You can write the answer false. False. Now you can correct the statement. Plants lose water when the stomata on leaves are opened. Opened. O-P-E-N-E-D. In the place of closed, you can write opened. Then Roman letter 5. Answer very briefly. Fifth question. Define transpiration. Take page number 229. So first, transpiration heading is there, no? Under that, the first para, first 3 lines. The loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant body is called as transpiration. First 3 lines. Then sixth question. Name the cell that surrounds the stoma. God cell. God cell. The spelling of God is G-U-A-R-D. G-U-A-R-D. God cell. Then Roman letter 6. Second question. Explain the movement seen in nematophores of Avicennia. That on page number 227. 27. So that tabular column inside you can see. Some halophytes produce negatively geotrophic roots. Example, Rhizophora. These roots turn 180 degree upright for respiration. That tabular column fully. Next question. Eighth question. Mention the differences between stomatal and lenticular transpiration. Page number 229. 229. See below the diagram, you see types of transpiration. Under that heading, first one, stomatal transpiration. That para fully. Loss of water from plants through stomata. It accounts for 90 to 95% of water transport from leaves. That para fully. Then third type, lenticular transpiration. In that, loss of water from plants as vapor through the lenticels. Up to that. Second point, you can write below that para. Very less amount of water transferred through lenticels. Very less amount of water transferred through lenticels. So two differences you have to write. First one, stomatal transpiration, loss of water from plants through stomata. Second point, it accounts for 90 to 95% of water transferred from leaves. In lenticular transpiration, loss of water, first point, loss of water from plants as vapor through the lenticels. Second point, you have to write very less amount of water transferred through lenticels. Then detailed question, second one. How will you differentiate the different types of transpiration? That also the same page 229. Types of transpiration. Stomatal transpiration, cuticular transpiration, then lenticular transpiration. Last answer you have marked no, that 2 points. Loss of water from the plant as vapor through the lenticels, that point, and very less amount of water transferred through lenticels. So these are the differences between stomatal, cuticular and lenticular transpiration. Then book inside question you can mark. Take page number 229. See the diagram, structure of stomata. That diagram, you can write the question, draw the structure of stomata and label the parts. Very, very important question that one, the diagram. Write the question, draw the structure of stomata and label the parts. Draw the structure of stomata and label the parts. Next, the same page, the second part, first para here. Second part, first para. You can write the question, write the importance of transpiration. Write the importance of transpiration. That 4 points you have to mark. It creates a pull in a leaf and stem. It creates an absorption force in roots. It is necessary for continuous supply of minerals. It regulates the temperature of the plant. That 4 points. So, you have marked all the questions. Students, today's homework is, you can learn the detailed question second one. Right, how will you differentiate the different types of transpiration? And you can practice the stomata, structure of stomata, that diagram. That is the homework for you. So you can study very well. Next class we can see. Thank you, students.